Greetings, my triggers. Welcome back to my Let's Play Chrono Ninja. Last time we did some stuff, and this time we're going to do some stuff. Yeah, I thought for a couple seconds. Yeah, turns out we're actually supposed to do the metal thing. Actually, you know what? I'm not entirely sure. We might have to talk to the dude down here. We might have to go to Tata's house to be told about the hero medal. My son's a legendary hero. It must have been all that oatmeal, and to think that I'm his father. Yeah, this actually is kind of funny. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, the hero's arrived. It's like a 5-year-old kid. It's like, how stupid are y'all? Jeez. Have you heard about the magical cave, the one east of the Denadoro Mountains? I saw a rock wall there pop open, and a gaggle of ghouls just walked right in. Best to leave Magus and his cronies alone, though. I can't believe the legendary hero is that naughty runt, Tata. I mean, you could just not believe it. Like, that's the thing. You can just choose to not believe information that is obviously, like, false. I can't believe the legendary hero was a boy from this village. Did you hear the latest? Nope. Well, remember that the legendary hero is from this village, then. Wow. Everyone's talking about him. I bet his old man is proud. Little Tata must be away. We haven't seen him in a while. But things are a lot quieter without that brat around. Okay, so I went there. Elder's house? I'm gonna marry Tata. He's gonna ram my cooch so hard. If only I had some jerky. What a great meal I could make. I don't know, whenever I picture jerky, I just imagine, like one, piece of jerky. Otherwise, it would make more sense if it was, bag of beef jerky, or, serving or helping of beef jerky. When it just says one jerky, you just imagine, one, piece or whatever. It's like, you can't do shit with that. Tata received the hero medal. At first, I thought it was fake. He received it? That's a weird way to word it. Especially when he found, when it's later discovered that he just, found it. Oh, wait, they don't know that he found it. But it's like, well, then how do they think he received it? Like, who did he receive it from? He must have done something very brave. He's probably up north looking for the legendary sword. Okay, so they do, ask the question at least. I wasn't looking at the text when I was talking a second ago. The magic cave lies under a mountain east of Denadoro. Alright, cool. Next to the bed is the treasure box. Open it and its contents are yours. Okay, hopefully... Oh, wow. Did she, glitch through that thing, or was I not looking at it right? Did I go to this market? I did. But we're broke as a joke, so... We're actually not broke as a joke. There's actually different levels of broke, which I learned working at Taco Bell. Okay, so now go up the Denador Mountains. But yeah, broke does not mean you have, no money left. Broke means that, I'm not spending money on anything other than essentials. And by essentials, I mean, weed, cigarettes, and beer. And then there's, another level of broke where it's, you're not out of money, but you're down to, your last, 20 bucks. And then there's actually, broke, where you have, $0 and 0 cents to your name. That this is a terrible place. You best run away while you can. Why does he have a little shield, by the way? If he's a total, pussy. Yeah, you actually only need to use Flame Toss on these guys. Yeah, that streamer guy that I mentioned, he didn't get the hint or whatever. Or it's not a hint, someone explicitly tells you that you can burn the mallets or whatever, then they become, way easier to kill. And he never used fire on them. He just thought that they were, tougher versions of the other guys. So he went up this entire mountain. Just, hitting them, normal or whatever. Which, I guess, in all fairness, I actually don't know. I guess it is, easy to miss the person that tells you, the thing or whatever. Like it is like easy to miss that hint. I mean, I talked to a bunch of people, but I didn't talk to the person. I don't remember which specific person it is that tells you to burn their thingies or whatever. Oh, but man, freaking poor people at Taco Bell. Like, Jesus, man. Yeah, I worked with so many people that were just like so like abysmally like bad with money. It's the classic case of like they all thought that like more money would like solve their problems. It's like, well, like I've seen how you burn through your money. It's like, no, more money just means that you're just gonna like you're just gonna burn through it, and then you're just gonna be exactly where you're at now. And it's not exclusive to people that work fast food jobs. Like people do this like a lot. Where like people that make over like what was it? It was like, I forget what the percentage is, but it's like 25% of people that make like 6 figures are like living paycheck to paycheck. Or something like that. I forget the exact number or whatever. But you would think that if you made like double the money, that you would be Gucci. But then when people make more, they just like spend more. And the problem with making more is that then you just like buy more expensive crap. And then you still wind up living paycheck to paycheck. Except now you have an $800 car payment instead of like a $300 car payment. But like you tell yourself that you can afford the more expensive car because you make so much. It's like, well, you can afford the payment. That's different from being able to afford it. But yeah. Yeah, I lost a lot of faith in, like, working with the people that I worked with at Taco Bell. Like, I really, like, lost faith in the notion that giving money to poor people, like, helps them. Because it gets to the point where it's like, okay, well, if giving money to poor people helped them, then it would have helped them by now. But instead, the problem just gets, like, worse and worse. Like, there's a lot of people that just, like, they sort of learn helplessness. Where they just like, well, I'll give you an example. There's this thing called SNAP benefits. I don't know if they call it SNAP everywhere, but it's basically food stamps, and it's an acronym for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take the money from food stamps and combine that with your existing food budget so that you can afford higher quality food. Because, you know, like cheaper food is like lower quality, and then it like leads to like poor health or whatever. So like they're trying to be like, okay, well, if we can give them more money, then they will buy better quality food, and then they'll be like healthier or whatever, you know. So like they mean well, but the problem is that all these things, they don't factor in like what human beings are like. Like anyone that knows what people are like could tell you that that's not gonna freaking work. Oh, here's the mountain star nice guy. So what so many people do is they take their food stamp money and they think that's supposed to be their entire food budget. So then you'll see people like complaining or whatever. They'll be like, oh, I only get $300 in food stamps. I can't eat off of $300 a month. And I'm like, bro, you're not supposed to, dude. That's not supposed to be your whole food budget, you fucking idiot. And then I've like known people that are on like food stamps or whatever. It's like they're not better off because of it. All it does, like if they get like $200 worth of food stamps, that just frees up $200 in their budget or whatever. Or if you like, they don't budget, but it frees up like $200 that they can spend on weed. So it doesn't actually like help them. Or they'll take the food stamp money and just like buy a bunch of like munchy food with it. Oops, I forgot to burn the thing first or whatever. So having that extra money just creates like a cushion, but there's no like oversight. There's no like responsibility placed on them to make sure that they're like responsible with the money that's given to them. They can buy like chips or soda or like freaking like anything with it. I mean, they can't use it to buy certain things, but like it creates cushion that that frees up other money that they can then spend on stuff that's just like wasteful spending, you know? Which then it like sucks because like not everybody's like doing that. There are people that are using it properly, but it's like I bet you that most people don't even know that food stamp money is not supposed to be your food budget. Even people that are like well-meaning, that are not like being wasteful with it, that are like trying to use it responsibly, even they are probably using it for their entire food budget instead of using it for its intended purpose, you know? But yeah, I mean, there really should be like some sort of like oversight to be like, okay, if we're gonna like give you this money, then you should be like required. Well, it's like if you get unemployment, you're supposed to provide proof that you're like searching for a job. You're supposed to do like a work search. You have to like document that you're doing like a work search, that you're like trying to find a new job. So why is it that when we give people food stamps, you don't have to like provide the receipt that you used that food stamp money on to show that you're not wasting it on like chips and donuts and soda and just like junk, like processed, like ultra processed food and like candy and stuff? You should be like required to show that you're like buying like healthy shit with it. But then again, it's like, well, there's no freaking oversight with any of like how our taxpayer dollars are like spent. Okay, let's go ahead and heal. Yeah, I don't want to talk about like financial stuff for this whole episode, but it's like, good lord. Oh, I guess I could pivot to another topic. Oh, I guess I could finally do it since we're going up this mountain. I got time to talk about stuff. Someone in the comments asked how I got this channel name, and I forgot for a bajillion episodes. So yeah, oops. But I guess I have time to mention that to tell the story or whatever. And boy, prepare to be disappointed, because this story is very, like, not satisfying, like, at all. It's, like, a terrible story, actually. In all fairness, I'm pretty sure that most channel names have, like, none of them have, like, a good reason why they came up with the channel name. Like, that Penguin Z0 guy, what's his face? That, like, Charlie guy or whatever. He said that, he came up with the name Penguin Z0 when he was just, like, a kid or whatever. And, like, Penguin Z was, like, taken. So he just put a 0 on it or something like that, and now he's got, like, a bajillion subscribers, or, like, there's, like, other ones. I mean, like, do you think PewDiePie, like, has some amazing story about how he came up with that name? Like, if there was someone that made a channel name called PewDiePie, everyone would be like, dude, get a load of this fucking idiot, you know? But yeah, so it's a very, like, disappointing story. It's, like, not interesting, like, at all, but I guess I got time and someone asked, so I guess I'll tell it. Basically what happened is, a while back, a super duper long time ago. Okay, well, first of all, this is actually the third channel name that I've had for this channel. Most people did not see the first one. The first channel name I made when I had, like, 0 subscribers. Like, when I uploaded my first video was, oh, excuse me, with this, like, other channel name. And the story behind that name, too, is also very stupid. Oh, well, I guess I'm telling the story. Might as well start all the way at the start. Mountains are nice. Yeah, there's the guy. What happened is that, when I made the channel, I had no idea what I wanted to call the channel. I just needed, like, a name to name it in case, or I needed, like, a placeholder name. And I was like, if I think of a better name, then I'll change it, you know? It was just, like, a placeholder name, just so I could start the channel, like, just get it off the ground or whatever. Oh, wait, I didn't save, did I? So, I'd started going to this yoga studio. I'd only been going for, I think, 2 years or something like that when I started the channel. Year and a half, something like that. So I was just a little baby yoga dude or whatever. And my teacher at the time was from the Ukraine. Is it from Ukraine or from the Ukraine? Actually, not entirely sure. But she moved to America when she was 40. So she like grew up and spent a long time in Ukraine. But she had been in America for like over a decade. So her English was, I'm the wind, whoosh. Stop. Oh man, am I unprepared for this fight? I think I might be. Are you here for the Masamune? Thought so. Wait a second, okay? Oh, big brother, where are you, Massa? What is it, Mune? I know it's like Mune. I don't know. I always said Masamune. Same thing, like when you're a kid, you see the word Massa and you see the word Mune. Why would you think it's Mune? Not again. So you want to get a name for yourself by grabbing the Masamune? What a buffoon. Humans are so silly. It's not, it's how you use the sword that's important, not who owns it. You can't even understand something as simple as that. That's why you're human. Well, you don't have to be like a condescending dickbag. What should we do? The usual, test them. You can entertain us for a while. Shouldn't that be 2 words? Alright, here we go. Whoosh. They turn into these, like, gremlin-looking dudes or whatever. Okay, so just use magic on them, I guess? I should have bought a shelter. I'm down to just 1, I think. Fire? But, her English was, you could always understand what she said. She always made a lot of, like, grammatical, like, errors. But you always, like, knew what she meant. So when it comes to, like, being able to speak English, as long as I know what you meant to say, then I would consider that your English is, like, good. Even if you use, like, a wrong word or something. Like, for example, instead of saying, how is everyone doing? She would say, how everyone is doing. It's like, even though she swapped the words, she, like, said the words wrong. Like, I still, like, know what she meant. So as long as I know what you meant, then that's, like, good enough, you know? Then I would consider your English to be, like, you know, like, good, you know? And, but there was a couple of things that, she would sometimes, like, get hung up on, or she would just say, like, a very, like, wrong word that was, like, not even, like, that, like, she would, like, mispronounce a word in a way where it would, like, change the meaning entirely. And, we do this one pose where, it's called reclining pigeon. Basically, you lay on your back. And you put both your feet on the ground, and then you cross one of your ankles over your opposite knee, and then you like put your like your legs like in the air, and then what you do is you reach your left arm around your left leg, or your leg that's not crossed over or whatever, and then when your leg is crossed over, you create like a little like window, and then you put your other arm like in between that gap in your legs or whatever, and basically you grab your shin and you pull your like shin like towards you or whatever. And a lot of times like giving a verbal instruction on that is like hard for someone that like doesn't know like what to do. Like in order to like describe what to do is like kind of like tricky. So she would always say thread the needle. And because you're sort of like you're putting your hand like in between your legs or whatever. So she would say thread the needle or whatever, so that people would have an idea of like what to do. And one day she like misspoke and she accidentally said shred the noodle instead of thread the needle. Hey, they're pretty tough. Only Cyrus made it this far. What should we do? This time it's for real. Alright, this is it. Yeah, we mean business. With Massa's bravery and Mune's knowledge, 2 become 1. Considering he turns into like a big giant muscly dude, you would think that like bravery and wisdom would create like a different looking creature than this one. So she accidentally said shred the noodle instead of thread the needle, and I just thought that was funny. So then I needed a placeholder name for the channel, and it's like, and you know, even back then I was just like, well, the channel name's like not really like that important. Like no one like actually cares, right? So it like doesn't actually like need to be anything particularly like clever, you know? Like at this point I'd already been procrastinating making the channel, like starting the channel for so long that I didn't want to get like hung up on the name for like so long that like that's just like another excuse for me to put off like starting the channel, you know? So it's like whatever. So I'll just put the So I put the name, the first name of this channel was Shred the Noodle. And yes, I know it's a very, 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 very stupid name, but I just needed like something, you know? It's kind of like your first like email address or whatever that you created when you were like 10 years old or whatever, you know? Which I still use mine, by the way. But, so yeah, I actually have a picture that, like when I first made my first video, when I uploaded my first video, I was so proud of myself that, oh my god, that is very strong. When I uploaded my first video, I was so proud of myself that I took a picture of the screen. Like, it was like a crappy, like, Windows 7 computer, so I don't even know. It was the first computer that I ever, well, yeah, it was the first computer that I ever owned. And, so I didn't even know that you could take, like, a screenshot of what's on the monitor. And I actually don't even know if you could do it, from a Windows 7 computer. I actually don't know. So it was super ghetto, but I took a picture of, my computer screen with my phone showing the first upload, and it has the channel name in it. And I still have the picture. I guess since I'm paused here or whatever, I guess I could use this opportunity to put the picture up. If I remember to put it in or whatever, you can see the channel name along with my very first profile picture, which that's me doing, what was it? Natarajasana dancer pose. So that was the first profile picture also, which then, does that technically count as a face reveal? Because I haven't done like oh wait, I did do a real face reveal, but if you don't watch all my videos, you didn't see it, and I didn't make a big deal about it. It was in Dragon Quest XI. I showed a picture that had my face in it, but that was a picture of me from like the side, so I don't know if that counts as like a face reveal. So if it does, then I technically had a face reveal on like my first video that I uploaded, but nobody saw it because like nobody like knew that I existed. But it was like super duper duper. It was like right after I uploaded it. It was like 33 minutes after I uploaded my first video. And so I had like that little like your like channel icon thingy or whatever, your profile pic was like a default T or whatever. There was like no channel banner and just like one video on the channel, but I still have the picture. That I think it's kind of cool that like I'm glad I took that picture, because now here we are a bajillion years later and now I have the picture. So yeah, so that was the first channel name. And then what happened was at some point I was reading this book about it was a book about Buddhism that the Dalai Lama had written. And oh man, should I tell the whole story? It's like, it'll just take a minute for me to tell the story. I might like, now's the time to tell it, because like if I'm not gonna be like, if I tell it while I'm like playing, I'm not gonna be able to like fight that dude or whatever. I might need to grind for that guy anyway. I might need to grind for money so I could buy better stuff to have a better chance at that guy. Actually, my defense is fine. We're gonna be using magic on that guy mostly, I think, right? So I might just need to gain some levels. But I'll do another like real attempt or whatever in a minute. But I forget exactly what he said. So I was reading this book about Buddhism written by the Dalai Lama, and he basically said, somewhere in the book, he said something, I forget exactly what the phrase was, but he said that, what did he say? It was something like, the essence of our true nature is luminous, or something like that. And, so then I was like, huh. So I wanted something that sounded dirty that would still be allowed by YouTube. So I thought that, so I was like, huh. So when you think about it, you know, like, women like to give themselves credit because they make babies, but they don't realize that, that their womb is like barren. It contains no life until life is planted there by the man. So technically the true essence of life is like in the semen or whatever. It's like, it's the sperm cells is the true essence of life. Like no life grows in the woman until the sperm like enters the woman's body or whatever, because that's like the true like essence of life or whatever. So I thought that was kind of funny that well, I do think it's kind of funny that like they like to pat themselves on the back. It's like, well, you incubate it, but it's like putting like the ingredients of a cake in the oven, and then after the cake comes out of the oven, everyone praises the oven. It's like, well, I think the ingredients were like a little bit like they played a role too, but like they don't like the ingredients don't get any credit for why the cake turned out, which it's ridiculous when you phrase it like that. But in the case of like babies being born, like that's like for real or whatever. Like nobody ever considers that it's actually like the man that creates life, and then he puts, you know, the living sperm cell or whatever into the woman, and then it grows or whatever. Okay, so where was I going with that? Oh, so basically, like, it's the classic thing of like how, you know, like, it's kind of silly to think that like all of us were like shot out of our dad's dick. Like all of us originated in our dad's balls, and then all of us were like shot out of our dad's dick. So like sort of like combining those two things or whatever. I changed the channel name from Shred the Noodle to Luminous Emission, because it's like a discharge or whatever of the luminosity of the essence of our true human nature or whatever, like comes from like the balls or whatever. Because that's where like the true essence of life is like originally created or whatever, like inside the testicles. So I had that name for a while, and then somewhere down the line I realized that I was like, you know, it doesn't like roll off the tongue like enough. And if anyone ever asked me about it, it would be so hard to like explain the name, which luckily nobody did, like, thank God. So it's one of these, it's sort of like this like convoluted like thing that like sort of made sense in my head that I thought was clever, but it's like, well, even if it is clever, like, it doesn't roll off the tongue. It's not like a marketable name. It's not really a memorable name. And if anyone asked me how I came up with the name, it's like a 10-minute story to like break it all down how I came up with it. You know, not 10 minutes, but it would like take forever to explain it. Like, it would be like multiple paragraphs of me like explaining it, and it's like not worth it. So basically then I just shortened it to Luminous. And it's still a placeholder name in case I think of a better name. You'll notice, if you watch my videos, you will notice that I never refer to myself as the channel name. And that's why. Another reason is because if I ever do change the channel name, then all the videos where I refer to myself as that channel name would then be incorrect. There was an Earthbound Let's Play that I watched by a guy named Ryukarat, and I really liked that Let's Play, and then years later, I went back, I looked up that dude's name, and I couldn't freaking find it. Turns out, he changed the channel name, and it took me forever to find it. I just started searching Let's Plays one by one, because I remember, wait, was it Ryukarat? Or maybe it was Dudeman 33 / Nick's Harbinger, or maybe it was both. I actually don't remember. Or maybe one changed into the other. Actually, I don't remember. But I remember that he said his name or whatever. He said the channel name at the start of every single video. So I was like, well, even if the channel name doesn't match up, if I go to the video, he'll say it at the start, and then I'll know if that's the right one or not. And then after checking a bunch of them, I did eventually find it. But yeah, he changed the channel name, and I didn't know, so I wasn't able to find it. But if I ever change the channel name, I don't want all the videos where I refer to myself by that name to be incorrect. There are a couple of things that I do use that name. I think Mario Kart Wii, and I think like Mario Maker and Mario Maker 2, I think I used it. Just so I have like a name other than just like Thomas, you know. But yeah, I mean, I refer to myself as Thomas like in my videos. But yeah, I don't really like identify with like the channel name. Like it doesn't hold any like deep meaning or whatever. Like the story that created it like isn't like a deeply, like it's not like deep like at all. Like I really like don't care. Like I get, like if I think of a better channel name, like I'll change it. I just haven't thought of it, and I haven't put any thought into it. So that's also why I haven't thought of a better channel name, and that's why it stayed the same for so long. So yeah, that's the story. So yeah. Yeah, it was a terrible story, wasn't it? And it was also like way too long. And also I can't kill this freaking dude. I'm like stuck. I can't beat this guy. He's too strong, man. Let's use a wait, why is there no music? Oh, it just yeah, I forgot it just takes a minute. Okay, let's use my last shelter. Man, all my stuff is behind. I might need to grind just for money. And then I'll gain levels also. I'll do one attempt. I'll do like one like good attempt where I actually like concentrate. If I can't do it, then I'll grind off camera. And then we'll beat him in the next one. Oh god dang it, I forgot that. I forgot to like not do this fight. Oh wait, these are the wimpy guys, right? If I take a little bit of chip damage, I can just heal with a tonic, it's fine. In this game, if you game over, if you reload your save, you don't like keep your experience and whatnot, right? Because in Final Fantasy VI, you keep all your experience and whatnot, but it does put you back at the save point. But in this game, it puts you back at the save screen. Oh, it wouldn't let me go up for a second. I had to go back down before it let me go back up. That was weird. But in this game, it doesn't send you back to the save point. It puts you back at the save screen, and then you're reloading your save. So it does make it seem like you are reloading that save from that point. So anything you did after you saved is lost if you die, right? Okay, let's see if this is actually possible. It might not be. Man. I mean, like, I'm not avoiding, like, all the fights. Let's just see how much we do with regular attacks. Maybe I should just save my magic for the other form. Oh, you know what? I'm probably not going to need to save my magic for the other form. Yeah, this is going to take forever. Yeah, it's probably not a good idea. Yeah, having spin cut would be really useful for this fight. Okay, did I do something, by the way, to make him do that big giant attack that hit everybody? That wasn't like a counter, was it? But yeah, by the way, so yeah, if you want to see a real face reveal, you gotta go watch Dragon Quest XI. So yeah, your homework assignment is to watch all 106 episodes of that and get back to me and let me know which episode was your favorite, right? No, I'm just kidding. Oh my god, why did you fucking die? God damn it. Oh man, I think I might have mentioned it while I was playing. Well, that game did the thing where I thought it was gonna be, I thought the game was gonna end. Like, I thought we were getting close to the end. But then there was like a bajillion more episodes that I didn't think. Like, the game ended up, like, being, like, way, way, way longer than I thought. So I might have mentioned it in the, god damn it. Okay, well, let's heal with, or let's revive with Luca and cure with Marl. Oh, they actually didn't kill him. But I might, like, I actually don't remember, but I might have mentioned in one of those videos or whatever that, like, I thought it'd be, like, so cool if someone actually, like, started, like, waited. It's one thing to, like, to watch a Let's Play, like, as they're uploading it. But it's, like, another thing. It's, like, a whole, like, another, like, level of, like, dedication to, like, start on episode 1 out of 106 and just start at episode 1 and just watch all the way through, watch the game, like, all the way through, like, to the end. Like, good lord. Like, I'm the kind of guy that would do that. But I also understand that, like, not everyone is like that. But it's like, well, do you want to watch the game or not? You know? Like, if it's a game I want to watch, then it, like, doesn't matter how, like, how many episodes it is. And then some people might be like, well, it's so daunting to click on one episode when there's, like, 80 episodes. To just start on part 1 and work your way all the way through the game or whatever. It's like, well, you don't have to watch them all, like, at once, you know? You can watch, like, 1 part a day or 2 parts a day or 1 part every couple of days or, you know, it's like reading a book. You know, there's people that are like, oh, I can't read a book or whatever. It's like, well, you don't have to read it all at once, dude. You can read like 2 pages at once. And you'll eventually get through it. Like, I listen to audiobooks now, so I don't read paper books anymore. Like, listening to audiobooks is, like, even better. Because there's no reading involved. You can just listen to, like, a chapter or two a day. And over the course of a month, you'll eventually finish the book, you know? So it's the same thing with Let's Plays. You know, if there's some crazy long Let's Play that's a bajillion episodes, it's like, well, you can just... You don't have to watch it all at once, dude. Like, you're not... It's not a timed thing. You're not on the clock. The only clock you're on is like your, like, death clock. Okay, I gotta stop talking and actually, like, try to, like, not die. Yeah, by the way, yeah, I know I stopped for a long time when I told that channel name story. But, like, that's the kind of story where it's like, I would not have been able to tell that story if I was, like, playing at the same time. So I'm sure you understand. I don't know if Fire Wheel's, like, worth it. I don't think it is. Does he have a phase where you should not attack him, I wonder? I don't know. It just does a lot of damage. I think it's just a move he does occasionally. Maybe he doesn't do it that often. But I also have to be realistic. I mean, I could probably drag this fight out for like 10 minutes, but it's like, well, it's not really worth... Like, I like, shouldn't do it if it's gonna be, like, completely hopeless. Oh, it says storing tornado energy. Is there a way to, like, nullify that? That's just your cue to get your HP, like, up. Damn, dude. I don't think I can win this. Alright, whatever. We'll just call this a bad job. Okay, so I don't think you can nullify it or prevent it. Just when he gives you that warning, that's your warning to get your HP up so that you can tank the hit. But I can't tank the hit. All of my armor is, like, too weak. I know I said my armor was, like halfway decent. But I think it's actually, like, not. Like, it's actually got, like, worse throughout the, you know, like, during this, like, episode or whatever. Because we have the gold stuff. There's, like, two... What is it? It's, like, the beret and the gold helmets or whatever. Isn't there one more thing? I'm actually not entirely sure. But, I need to grind a little bit and get some better armor so that this is doable. I'm pretty sure this is, like, completely impossible. Even if it's not, like, completely impossible, it's, like, it's close enough to impossible that it's reasonable to just say, screw it, I need to grind. But I'll get some money and some levels, too. So I actually don't mind, grinding. Especially in a situation like this. It's like, well, when you're grinding for money and experience, then you feel like you're accomplishing, like, two, like, goals or whatever by grinding. Like, it feels like you're serving, like, two purposes. So that it makes the grinding feel, like, more worthwhile if you need the money and the experience. Okay, so I'm gonna run back down. I'll probably just, like, fight the dudes along the way. Go back down and buy some stuff, come back up. And we'll start the next episode with hopefully beating that boss on the first attempt. So that's going to do it for this one. Thanks, as always, for watching. And I will see you next time. Have yourselves a great day. Bye.